All right, here we go. This is going to be quick, and this is pretty, I guess you'd say, impromptu. I had the Phobos SDR show up today, and this video is not meant to go in depth on, its performance or anything like that. I am just throwing this out there until I get a little more time, just to show how you can quickly get it up and running with DragonOS. I'm using a WarDragon that I have sitting here, but the same, would apply if you had DragonOS, whether it's on the desktop or probably even the Pi. Excuse me. Uh, yeah, so let's just get this going. I'm on the GitHub repo of RigExpert here, and we're going to grab, I've already grabbed the libphobos, if I'm saying that right, and the Soapy that's needed. But if you're not familiar, just copy the URL to your clipboard, go to wherever you want, git clone the repo down. Like I said, I already have it, I've got that cloned down. I have the Soapy, do the same thing. I have the Soapy cloned down, and I'm going to show you some modifications that I made to it. But if we go into the libphobos, if we go into the directory there, you pretty much can just follow right along with their directions here. The only thing that I did different, and I will probably do once I integrate this into DragonOS, is I made my build directory, change into build, did the cmake, did the make, but then I just do a sudo check install. There's probably other ways to do this, and I just basically make my own deb package here. I just called it libphobos. Maybe I should have did a dash dev or something. I'll think about that. But um, that basically is just a way to create a package. If you go through and do it this way, let's see. Do you want me to list them? No. You want me to list them? Yes. That will build a package and install it. Might need to do a sudo ld config. Or you can just do the sudo make install like you're used to. But I'm trying to, when I do it and I integrate it into DragonOS, I want to make a Debian package so that we can kind of keep track of things and I can update it. The other thing is, once you've done that, do the udev controls here to reload, and then unplug, plug back in your SDR. And then what I did for the Soapy thing, so say we got it cloned down, I opened up the settings here, and I only did this because there was something weird going on with CubicSDR. So you'll see where I've commented everything out. This is the way that the set antenna and get antenna was kind of set up in Soapy, and then you'll see what I changed it to, which honestly I nearly just copied it from the HackRF example here, where really nothing is happening with the set antenna there as far as having those functions like you see up above. And then I just returned RX. I know there is other antennas on that, so obviously this don't expect that this is going to work perfectly, but this again, it's just quick integration. And then the other important thing that I needed to do was in the streaming.cpp file, which a friend of mine shared with me what to do here. You could do hold a Control W and search for flag. And what you're looking for are these if conditions here. And I just commented them out. There's a few of them. So if you search for flag again, come down a little bit further, you'll find another one where it's basically saying Soapy SDR not supported. And let me think. I think there's maybe one more. Yeah, there's another one down here. And then that should be about, yeah, that's it. That's the end of the file. And then what I did was same thing. make directory build, which I already have, change directory build, cmake, make. I didn't get any issues there. And then same thing, sudo, I did a check install and made a name of a Debian package, but you could also do the sudo make install, and what it'll do is it'll copy this, will get put into, so that Soapy should be able to find your new SDR from RigExpert. So once you got that set up, you could do the same thing with the, they've got a GNU Radio block. You can get clone that down, get clone, gr-rigexpert, same thing, make directory build, change directory build. Now, I actually didn't do this before, but I'm sure it'll build just fine. And you, again, I will probably, me personally, I will probably make a Debian package and have it installed in DragonOS so that I can try my best to maintain updates. But you could do a sudo make install, or what I will probably do is, let me think, so I'll do probably a check install. I'll pick a name and I'll call it gr-rigexpert. Let's see, do you want me to list them? No. Should I exclude them from the package? Yes. Do you want me to list them? No. Yes. And what I'll probably do is have that gr-rigexpert in a user/source along with all the other GNU Radio things. So I would imagine, maybe, I didn't look, there's probably some flow graphs in there. Okay, so important thing, say you made the change to the Soapy file like I showed you. You should be able to open up SigDigger in DragonOS. You can navigate. I was messing around with the sample rate here, but you know, I don't know. Let's say you put it at 20. I can't remember if DC. I think there is an issue if you try to have the DC remove on. Let me see. No, okay. So that change that I made to the stream must have fixed things. Uh, okay, so you know, make sure you know you probably have to manually like have your bandwidth kind of line up with your sample right there. And I've mentioned this before, and it always happens to me. First time I'm open SigDigger and I want the baseband audio preview on, I click it on. Maybe if I, you have to wait for the FFT and stuff, kind of the first time. FFT, actually, I'm forgetting the name, but something. Basically, you'll get a little like spinning wheel. But for me, I never seem to get audio unless I wait long enough, close it out, reopen SigDigger, or come do settings, audio. You know, I'll change to something else like Pulse Audio Server. I'll hit OK. I'll come back. I know this is weird, but kind of like the first time that I'm using it, for whatever reason, I've got to do this. Come back, put it back on the default, turn it on, off, and then you can't hear because it's playing in my ear right now. But I am getting audio from the SDR there. I'm just using the RF input, not the HF1 or HF2. So there is how you get it up and running with SigDigger. I made the change to the antenna settings because CubicSDR was having a fit. So here we go with some settings that we can see in here. Start, same thing. It's blasting in my ear. And let me think. One other thing. So if you go on their page here and you look at the repositories, you got let me think. SDR sharp, SDR plus plus, same thing. I get cloned down their fork of SDR++. Did a make directory build. You see I've already got it there. CMake, make. And then what I did was is I looked in the source modules, change directory, let me see, Fobos source, and I did a sudo copy of the Fobos source to userlib, if you're using DragonOS, SDR++ plugins. Okay. I'll load up the SDR that's native, and you can see where I was messing around with it in here after I came down and found it, here in your little drop down module manager, FobosSDR. You got to give it a name, hit the plus sign, it'll add it into use here somewhere, maybe. Let's see. Phobos, okay, yeah, so I just did it lowercase, but that added it in, which then gives some native support here in SDR++. I was messing around with the different antenna inputs there, but if you put it back on RF, you can see you can change some of the additional settings here. Not super sure the GPO. I think I have the newest model that has GPO, although I'm not fully understanding where those are accessible, what that is. I got to look that up. Okay, there you go. Quick, down and dirty. Only focused on getting it integrated in and working with other applications in DragonOS for anyone else that happens to have the same SDR out there and is running DragonOS and needs it to work together. I'll try and provide, at least feedback from how it's working for me, so that maybe the Soapy repo or whatever else could be fixed up a little bit better. All right. I think I hit everything I wanted to. That was really quick. So, all right. Have a good one.